So today we will be discussing about how to change the project plan start date. So let's say, for example, we are in the projects window. So if you click on the projects on the extreme left side in the Primavera P6, you will find out the projects window. In the projects window, let's say, for example, this is a project name is AA School. So at the bottom, like if you click on the project details here, you will find out this window at the bottom. So when you click on the dates, you will have project plan start and data date. So project plan start date, if you change the project plan start date, it means you are changing the project start date. It means you are changing the project contractual start date. Okay. Let's say, for example, I will change this from 1st February 2022 to, let's say, for example, 1st March 2022. And I will also change the data date because I have to change the data date as well for the in order to be in line with the same project commencement date. So it is 1st March 2022. Now, since I have changed the project plan start date to 1st March from February, and also I have changed the data date, I will right click and open the project. Now here you can see at the bottom, the data date is 1st March, but I haven't run the program. I have to run the program in order to see what will be my forecasted completion dates. I will schedule the program. So you can see the new project start date is 1st March 2022. Here, this is 1st March 2022. Why it is coming 24 January? Let us see why it is, because there is actuals. So I have to remove the actuals in order. Okay, I have removed the actuals here. Let me just click on 1st March. Okay, where is this actuals coming? 2nd February. There is some actuals in the program. So 2nd February, engineering and design. Let me put the column of performance % complete. So I can see where my actuals are. So yeah, there are so many actuals in this program. Anyways, I have told you that if you follow the same method, you will see the 1st Feb March over here at the top right corner of the program. Okay. So this in this way you can change the, and you also have to remove the actuals from the program. How you can remove the actuals? This is the way, here you click on any activity, remove the finish date, make it as 0, and remove the start date. So you see it changed from 100 to 0%. So this is regarding the how to change the project commencement date or project start date. Now the second topic is regarding the cost loading and resource loading. It's very simple. What we will do now in this case, we will our first step should be, we will go to the resources. Click on resources, click on the add button at the extreme right side, click on add button. So this is my new resource. So I will name this new resource as cost loading, or maybe cost, I will rename it as new. The resource type should be non-labor. Okay, it is 8 hours per day. Standard rate should be, it is a multiplier, 1 per hour. So in this way, I have created one resource as a cost for the cost loading. So now the second step is I will go to the activities window. Let's say, for example, I want to assign this cost resource in zone 1, demolishing and dismantling. So click on the resources, click on add resource. So new, this is my, not new, this one, cost. I will write down cost loading new. See, I click on add resource and this window appears. So I will double click on cost loading new. So this is cost loading new. You can see here it is assigned here, and instead of budgeted units, I will assign the cost. let's say for example, it is 6,500. Click here, you will find out it will be shown in the column of, let me add the column of budgeted total cost. So budgeted total cost. So here you can see, let's say for example, this is 240,000. So let me change this to, I'm increasing the resource to 8,500. So this is 240,386. You can see it's changed to 242,000. So in this way, you will load the cost to all the activities. You create one resource as a cost loading, and you assign that resource to all the activities in the program. Okay. Now, how we will add the.
So we are going to one by one assign.
Not one by one. You can do in this way. Right click, open this one. You can do it in one step. This is milestones. You don't click on milestones here. This is my first activity, which is without milestones. So I will click on add resource. Now the resource is cost. Let me find out cost loading new. Now what I will do, I will click on this one and I will press the shift button in the key, in the keyboard. Okay. Press the shift button, scroll this down, and click on the last activity in your project. Click on the last activity in your project. Then what you will do, you release the shift in the keyboard. Now you double click here. Double click on cost loading new, and wait for some time, because here I can see I cannot close because it is loading now. Just wait for some time and wait for the Primavera to assign this cost to all the activities in the program. Okay. Let's wait for some time. So in this way, you can load the cost. And also regarding the resources, you will also follow the same method, but you will change the resource name as a labor, and a resource type will be labor, and standard rate will be the same, 1 per hour. And you will load the man hours. And once you are assigning, you will assign in the same method as you are assigning in cost loading. You got it?
No, sir, you loading now the this material.
Now I load now cost. I have loaded cost now. New cost loading. See, new cost loading everywhere. In every activity, you will find out new cost loading. So where this new cost loading is reflected, it is reflected in the budgeted total cost column. So let's say, for example, it is 41,000. Let me add here 45,000. You see here, it is changed to 45,000. The cost is changed. Clear? So this is how you assign the cost to your activities in the program. Now for the resources like labor and non-labor, it is very simple. You will go again to the resource window. You will start creating a new resource. Let's say, for example, this is Mason, not activity, in activity window here in the resource name, Mason. And I will put right down as a new resource type will be labor. Default units 8 hours per day. Standard rate I will change here 1 per hour, because this is a multiplier, 1 per hour. Now if I go to the activity window and start assigning this in the construction activities. So this is construction activities here, zone 1. Let's say, for example, I will assign this to some of the construction activities. Click on add resource. Click on this activity, plus the shift button in the let me find out the resource labor.
Mason. You mentioned, sir, Mason.
Mason new. Okay. I will click here. So this is my first activity in the program. I will press the shift button in the keyboard. I will click on the last one, release the shift button, double click on this Mason new, and wait for some time to load this Mason new in all the selected activities. and close this one now. You can see here Mason new everywhere. Mason new as a resource. So you can now load the resources. Let's say, for example, 20,000. So where you will see the man hours, you will see the man hours in the budgeted labor units. You will add one column, budgeted labor units. Budgeted labor units. You see here, this is 20,000. Let me add here 55,000. So you can see here, it is loaded in the budgeted labor units column, not in the budgeted total cost column. Agree? Let me change to 90,000. See, it is added up in budgeted labor units column, not in budget total cost column. Clear?
Yes, sir.
In this way, you will load the cost resource, and in this way, you will load the man-hour resource. Okay. Now, the next confusion you guys were having regarding the reports. So here in the extreme left side, there is reports. You can see my cursor. I will click on the reports. You can generate some simple reports from your Primavera schedule. Let's say, for example, let me start creating one new report. Click on new one, new report, click on next. This report is regarding the activities. I will click on activities. Selected subject area is activities. Columns, activity ID, activity status. Let me add, I need predecessor IDs. So let's say, for example, I will find out predecessor ID. Now, this is not related to the relationship. This is related to the, let's say, for example, I put the activity column, activity name. I need these columns in my report. Activity ID, activity count, activity name, activity status. Click on apply and OK. Group and sort by WBS. Click on apply and OK. And then I don't need to add any filter. Click on next. Next, run the report. Print preview, click on OK. So this is my report where it shows activity ID, activity count, activity name, activity status. In this way, you can generate so many reports in Primavera manually. You click on add new button option, click on new report. And if you want to see the activity relationships, you click on activity relationships and you find out in the next options, you select some areas where you require some of the columns or some of the information. The Primavera will generate the report for you. It's okay. Mr. Gautam, is it clear? Anyways, this was the session for today. And
Yes.
I hope